don't mean this maliciously, but the words.
Messed up. I've taken an L. Blah blah blah. I already know. I got cooked. I messed up and I got cooked. I want to express my heartfelt regret for what I said.
Oh no. Oh no. Hey. Welcome back, Rare Talks. You already know what it is. We're going straight in. KSI. Why, brother? Why do man do things like this? Just tell me why. Like, man's got a sick career in front of him. Man's got everything going for him. He's got his prime drink. He's got his boxing. He's got his side man thing. Everything's going well for him. But the problem with all of this is that people will think that they can get away with anything. Fame can deceive a person. Fame and fortune can deceive a person that they can buy or get their way out of everything that's negative happening to them. So now, let's get to the KSI case and let's understand what this is all about. Because what is Rare Talks talking about, bro? What is Rare Talks talking about? Like, bruv, like, what are you talking about? Well, first of all, KSI just came out with making some racist remarks towards the Asian community. And when I say Asian community, I say Asian community because it could be looked at as Pakistanis, Bengalis, or Indians, because that derogatory term was used against anybody that came from that kind of part of the world. And we all know that you can't go around saying things like that, just like you can't go around saying the N-word. You know what I'm saying? So let's play this video first of all. All right, let's play the first video where it all came from, the origin of all of this.
Mean this maliciously, but the words. I'm sorry. We need points. I definitely didn't write. Guys, come on.
All right, wait, one sec. Now, what I've heard, is people talking about cancelling Chunks and cancelling KSI. Now, this is where I'm going to be very objective here now. You see the fact that there was other people in the video that were laughing, but people went straight to Chunks and Philly. Why is that? Why did people go straight to Chunks and Philly? Out of all the people that was there, they said, let's cancel Chunks and Philly. And that's what I heard some people actually saying. Some influencers in the UK was actually saying, let's cancel those people. And I find it like the biggest double standards that you can say cancel those people, but there was other people in the scene. Everyone there should be cancelled because everybody was laughing. Everybody thought it was a joke. There was white presenters there, and I haven't heard their names ever being mentioned and getting cancelled. Double standard again. Now, regarding the statement that he made of the P word, it's a very offensive terminology to use against Asian people, and I don't think we should be using that with Asian people. Straight. It's just a wrong term. You know what I'm saying? The argument that I have been hearing is that M. Huncho is Asian, and he's been saying the N-word for years, and no one's pulled him up against it because he had a mask on and no one knew what ethnicity he was. And then eventually got exposed that he wasn't black and he was using the N-word. I'm not going to get into the M. Huncho thing because I don't really care about M. Huncho. It's not really my business. I don't really listen to his music. I think he's whack. Anyway, that's just my personal opinion. I'm allowed my personal opinion. What I can say here is that KSI generally thought that was acceptable and he could get away with that. Now, the fact that his whole team pull it out, they must have had some consideration thinking, bro, I don't think we should really do this, you know. But I knew that he thought that it's going to be good publicity towards his fight. Because they say any press is good press, yeah? Whether it's bad or good. The problem is, I don't think he knew that by saying that statement, how much of the community he's saying it against have influence in the UK over him, meaning they have more money. So yeah, you're saying them derogatory terms about Asians, no problem. But are you going to be able to stand on what you're saying now? Does it make sense? And you can't because, like I said, we got a prime minister that's Asian, Rishi Sunak. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get away with things like that right now in this day and age. You can't. And you don't expect to anyway. And the reason why this terminology is really, really offensive is because the history behind this word is that back in the 80s and the 90s, there was mobs of people called the NFs. They were called the National Front. And they used to go around doing something called P-bashing. So they used to go around punching up Asians and mashing up Asians on the basis that they're Asians. They've done this a lot in East London, and this has formed a lot of groups and a lot of brotherhood between the Asian community. They stood up to them, eventually beat them. But the point is that this statement, and we can't compare this statement to the N-word because the N-word is a little bit more offensive because it was used as a derogatory term to hold people in a certain thing, but it's still a derogatory term and it should not be used. And none of us should feel comfortable saying it or think it's a joke, because if that was a white person and he was on national TV and he said, I need points, and he said the N-word, we'd all be disgusted. So the same way we're disgusted with that, we're disgusted with this. We're not doing the double standards thing. We're putting everybody with the same brush, yeah? And then another video that I saw after, and KSI, he's really crazy. I'm not going to lie to you lot. I don't think he's normal inside of the head, if I'm being honest. Or maybe it's just the act. He done a video after, yeah, saying, I messed up, yeah? Now, recently, there has been a video that's been surfacing the internet of KSI entering a mosque and talking to an imam. And respectfully so. I'm happy that you're taking the steps and measures to learn about Islam and to try and integrate into other cultures. But the fact is, my brother, you said a stupid statement, and do I believe that you should be cancelled? That's not for me to decide. But what I am here to say is that your money and influence and fame, yeah, will not stop you from repercussions. So know what you're doing and know how to be diplomatical about what you're doing. I hope KSI moves a little bit more correct and understands that he has a large platform where he has a lot of influence, and saying things like that and doing things like that can damage the actual community in the UK. I know you might not believe this, but understand that with a lot of power comes responsibility. So now that you're in a position of influence, you need to be careful what you're doing, especially to a community of people that supported you wholeheartedly and probably loved your content. That makes sense. You're losing a lot of people. So just be careful, people, what you're doing on this internet stuff, innit? And to KSI, my message to you is not everything for clout will get you the results that you want. Some things will get you cancelled and all your bookings finished, and get deals that you had finished. And then you should have learnt from Kanye West. Stop playing games, bro. You play silly games and you win silly prizes.